Greetings everyone, welcome back to Let's Play BS Zelda no Densetsu. What's going on? Alright, we've just cleared out Dungeon 2. We're going to do a little bit of exploring and item collection before we do take on Dungeon 3. But that'll all be together in this one video, so we'll have it all. So, first order of business though is to collect a bunch of money, because I'm going to need some money for the upcoming parts, because there's some things that I want to buy, and some things I got to do that is going to cost me some money. So, anyway, that is that. We're also going to be making our way a little bit to the western portion of the map. We're going to explore that a little bit. Dungeon 3 is over there. Also, the Lost Woods is over there, so we'll see that as well. But for right now, we're just kind of hanging out on the beach, because I just love being at the beach, don't you? The summer's kind of over. I mean, it's September. The tourists are mostly gone from the beach, but, you know, it's still nice out, and us locals can just kind of hang out. Except for the fucking Octoroks, they're everywhere. Oh, look at that secret thing in the wall. What could this be? Oh, it's a money-making game. Alright, this is the gambling game in the game. Wow. You pick one of them. It costs 10 rupees to play, and you can either lose or gain depending on what you do. So, I'm going to try it again, except I'm an idiot and don't realize that I only have 2 rupees left. Alright, so I guess it's time to collect some more money! Alright, I've got 10 fresh rupees and I'm feeling lucky. How about you guys? Oh my god! Wow. Okay. Sure, why not? That'll do. Let's try that again. Holy shit. Alright, well, I'm gonna sit here and try collecting money, guys. I'll see y'all later. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good sum. Basically what I did is just went in and out of there a whole bunch of times and kept gambling until I won a lot of money. So that's one of the ways of getting a lot of money in this game, especially good because money is kind of a hard thing to come by in this game if you do it the traditional way of just killing enemies. I'm also going to buy this upgraded shield, even though there's a cheaper upgraded shield somewhere else. I don't care. I just like the shield, so I'm buying it now. Whatever. Deal with it, haters. We also got the blue candle. Now, the blue candle will light up dark rooms. It also acts as kind of a weapon, because anything that touches it while it's on the screen will take damage. Problem is, you can only fire it once per screen. Now, here I'm counting trees, because I remember there's a secret here. Go to the 8th tree from the left, and we have a secret to everybody. Ooh, nice. Sometimes they give you money. There are others that actually take money away, so you have to remember which is which. I do remember from the classic version of the game which is which, for the most part. That being said, they might have moved them around, I don't know. But that guy was where he was supposed to be. Anyway, now that we have the blue candle, we can burn through those bushes and make our way over into the Lost Woods. I thought I could make these statues come to life, but I guess not. Whatever. Hey, moblins, what's going on? These guys are actually moblins. I referred to the Goryas as moblins in the first video. They were not. They're Goryas. These guys are moblins. The blue moblins are dicks. They take a lot of hits to kill with our wooden sword, but we're about to change that. I'm actually going around the Lost Woods because there's a shop actually up here in the northwest quadrant. If I went below, I'd be stuck in the Lost Woods, but I actually remember how to get through them, so that's not going to be a big deal. Alright, what's 299 rupees gonna get me? Yes! I wanted the blue ring. I'm going to have the blue ring. Alright, so the blue ring actually changes your outfit. We are now wearing a blue dress instead of a green dress. How pretty! I feel so pretty. I also feel like I'm taking half damage, which is exactly how it works. Very cool! So, now we're taking half damage. Let's see if we can work on doubling the damage of our sword next. As you can see, all of those resources kind of burned a pretty big hole in our wallet. As I mentioned earlier, money is kind of a big deal in this game. I know I've played a lot of Zelda games where I'm saying some things like, the money doesn't matter, or I feel like I got a ton of money. I think playing Minish Cap, I really feel like I had a lot of money for no reason. And hey, here's the old lady that needs that note we got in the very first video. Here you go. Alright, she offers to sell us some potion. The blue potion will fill your life up once, and the red potion will fill it up twice. Unfortunately, we can't afford the red potion right now, so we're going to have to deal with the blue one. So, as far as I know, coming back here, she won't sell it to you again until you bring her another blue note, if I remember that correctly. And I like to think that I do. Alright, so we have to go around the Lost Woods again to trigger the sequence that we need to go to get through it correctly, and to get to the secret that lies within. But first we're going to pay another visit to another old man, and do some other things. Goddamn moblins everywhere. The boomerang is a godsend when you're dealing with these moblins, by the way. Freezing them whenever possible is the best. Wow, there's nothing there. Why did I think there was something there? Whatever. I know there's... God damn it. Moblins. Alright, so if you want to come up here and burn a tree, and under it we will find an old man. Hey, buddy. Alright, he's going to give us the option to take a red potion or a heart container. Now, you're kind of silly not to take the heart container. But if you're doing a challenge run where you're doing low hearts, you could take the potion. He disappears when you pick one or the other, so you can never take it back. So if you pick the potion, you're locking yourself out of a heart container permanently. So I like to think that I always, you know, it's better to have one heart that you can refill later than to have the ability to fill all your hearts when you only have a few. So I'll always be picking up heart containers from those guys. And potions from old ladies, and also a secret merchant up in the mountains that I'm not going to talk about right now because that's spoiling something later. Here's a place under a tree. Go north, west, south, west in the Lost Woods. Well, there you go. That's the secret. Yep, those of you who don't remember playing the classic or have never played the classic Zelda, that is the secret for getting through the Lost Woods. I actually think that they redid that in the, what is it, the Woods of Mystery or something in Oracle of Seasons. There's those woods where you're constantly changing the season before you go through them. And I think that going through it with a northwest-southwest pattern got you something, if I recall correctly, but I may just be thinking wrong. I do remember them telling you to make it warmer as you go west, so that could be one path, but I seem to remember there was another path. Oh well. I'm gonna go watch that video later. Anyway, northwest, southwest gets us through the Lost Woods, but unfortunately there's tornadoes everywhere! Oh my god! Now, I'm actually sequence breaking right now. I shouldn't be here. These tornadoes go away after you've collected, I think it's the 5th piece of the Triforce, so after Dungeon 5. I'm here way early. I'm here before Dungeon 3, so these tornadoes disappear once you've past Dungeon 5, but you can actually, if you're... Ah, goddamn. If you're good at it, you can actually dodge these things and make it here early, so we're going to try and cheat the system, as it were. Oh yeah, there we go. All these Lionels are kind of deadly, but if you use your bow and arrow, not so big of a deal. Fortunately, that costs money. And I didn't get any money in return for that, so a net loss for me, but that's okay, I didn't die. Alright, so, I know which grave to push because I've played the classic. You want to come over here and grab the second one from the left on the center row and push it forward. Oh yeah. We have a sword. Master using it. I'm going to master the art of stabbing forward, so there we go, it's mastered. I've done it. I'm a master. Alright, this is the white sword. It is actually twice as strong as our wooden sword. Go figure, a sword made of metal is actually stronger than a sword made of wood. Let's use a tornado to get out of here, because that's like fast travel. I still hate pea-hats. God damn those things. You can't actually damage pea-hats while they're flying around, by the way. You can only damage them when they hold still. I know in later games you could use fire weapons to damage them, but I don't think you could do that in this game. I'm gonna have to try that. Anyway, now that we've, you know, collected some things, even broken sequence a little bit, it's time to find a third dungeon. It's over here. I have to go all the way around the Lost Woods to get to it, though, because I don't feel like getting lost in the fucking Lost Woods. Go figure. Yeah, sometimes it's best just to avoid the enemies that you can on the screen and get out of there, unless you're actively trying to collect items or money. Where's my boomerang? There we go. Now, I could be using bow and arrow on these guys, but I really don't... You know, in other Zelda games, the bow is my favorite weapon. One of them, you know, because it damages a lot, and it's fast, and it's ranged, and I like ranged attacks. But in this game, I kind of don't use it as much because of the thing, you know, the fact that it costs money, and I don't want to burn all my money. Because I am a miser. Notice that our white sword kills the gels in one hit now. They don't even split up. Pretty cool. This dungeon is actually going to be rendered relatively simple because I cheated and got the white sword early. Sorry, guys. Whatever. It's not like you're watching this because it's some kind of challenge run. It's just, you know, a fun run through the game, so deal with it, as it were. Alright, so our last two dungeons were an S and a T with a period. We're going to see what shape this one is as soon as we get the map. Unfortunately, there's no map here, but there's a bomb. And usually getting a bomb in a room is an indication that one of the walls is bombable. Now, you'll notice when I pull up the pause menu, or the item select menu, there is a sub-map there on that menu. You may notice that the rooms have paths leading out of them that look like I could go out of them. Pay no attention to that. I really don't know why it's set up like that, but those paths really don't mean anything. I don't really understand why it's like that. So, there you go. Mystery solved. The mystery is that there is no mystery. Hey, look, a raft! Awesome. Alright, so with the raft, we will be able to traverse the ocean or the lakes, but we can only do it from piers, and I believe there are only 2 piers in the game, so we can use it exactly twice. We don't even use it in this dungeon. You can beat this dungeon without the raft, but you'll have to come back here anyway, because the other dungeons, there are 2 dungeons that you need a raft to get to, so there you go. I gotta say that the dungeon theme in The Legend of Zelda Classic is pretty awesome, but I also have to say that it is a little bit tiring to hear it in every single dungeon. You know, it'd be nice to have a little variety, but I understand there's an 8-bit cartridge, the NES, kind of hard to get a separate theme for every single dungeon. There's only so many, you know, music files I think you could fit on this thing, so. But, you know, I would think on the SNES re-release, as it were, they could fit a few more songs in, but I understand that they're trying to emulate the classic here, and I really don't know how to reach that bomb. I have no idea, so whatever. I guess I can't get it. Oh, that's a clue if I ever saw one. It's got a shit ton of money in this room. Alright, so we had to bomb that wall to get this key, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to get it. Going through up there, you would have seen it, and been a little upset that you couldn't reach it, but there it was. Jeez, I can't figure out... If someone can tell me how to get that bomb, I don't remember ever being able to get it, so there you go. Doesn't matter, though. The enemies are dropping bombs left and right. It's not like I'm going to be hurting for them anytime soon. Fucking bats. Good thing is I don't have to kill them all, but I'm getting out of here. Oh, finally a map. After we're mostly done with the dungeon. I guess the map is really only to see what letter we've got. Alright, so we've got a letter G. G-men. S-T period G. It is a mystery. Hopefully it's becoming less of a mystery to you guys, and more of, you know, a realization that it's pretty dumb. So anyway, we get a second item in this dungeon. It is an upgrade to our boomerang. We now have the magic boomerang. It now flies pretty much all the way across the room, and it moves much faster. It still only stuns enemies, though. It doesn't actually do damage to them unless they are bats. But it's pretty nice, mainly for grabbing things across the room that you missed, especially fairies. Also, the blue Gorias are dicks. They take a lot of hits to kill. Even with the white sword, as you could see. Hear growling coming from the next room. Okay. Well, there you go. That was a clue if I ever saw one. And these guys, I guess, you know, they might have been growling earlier, but they're being a little quiet now. This is the guy that comes back later in Link's Awakening, as well as the Oracle series. He is that weird red bat guy who splits into other bat guys and is a bat and is a guy. He's actually a mini-boss in both of the Oracle games, if I recall correctly. He's supposed to be Varen's apprentice or something like that. I don't even know. What the hell am I even talking about? Dark Nuts! You can only damage them from the side and from behind, and even using bombs on them is kind of tricky. These guys are the bane of the swordless runner's existence. They are tricky as fuck to kill. See, you're hearing that dinging noise. That means I'm not actually causing him damage, even though the bomb explodes right on his person. He doesn't seem to care. You also can't use boomerangs on them. You have to stab them with a sword. So swordless runners have to find a way to try and plant a bomb behind them. Now, hey, it's the manhandler! Now, this thing is rendered basically simple. If you can plant a bomb and hit all of the heads at once, it dies right away in one hit. So, but I'm fighting it the normal way because I killed the last boss way too quickly, and I wanted to show at least a little bit of challenge here, even if it wasn't that much. The manhandler was so much more difficult in Oracle of Seasons. I mean, what, with the sand pit room and all that jazz? Whatever. Anyway, we've got our third piece of the Triforce. We are on our way. Alright guys, that's going to be it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Later.